Mr. David Kwamena Bolton, DKB Records.
Yes, yes.
DKB Records. The other day I was going to call you and I called DKB the comedian.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, boss. Yeah, I was trying to get in touch with you for the show. Then DKB said, oh, boss, I come the show already. I said, no, DKB don't talk like this. Then I realized it was DKB, my younger brother, a very fine comedian.
Yes,
I think that he is taking the DKB name to a different level.
Somewhere else, yeah.
Somewhere else since you left it.
Yeah.
DKB, welcome to Ghana again. I know you've always been here, but you've moved in and out, especially with DKB Records and all of that. There's one question I've been yearning to ask you. Did the former president, President Rawlings, facilitate your move into Ghana back in the day?
He did, yes.
Yes, tell me about that story.
Okay, I was running a business when I was a teenager in England.
Right.
My mother is Ghanaian, my dad is Scottish.
Okay.
So I happen to have been born in London, and I grew up there. So
what's your skirt in that? Scottish was skirt.
The kilt.
The
kilt. we have our clan.
Have you ever worn it before?
I've got one there, but
okay, right.
I've not worn it.
Yeah, all right.
No, maybe one day I'll take a picture.
If I knew about that, I would have asked you to be in that. I like it so much. Half Scottish, half Ghanaian.
Yeah. So I was running a business doing IT. I was basically programming, making software systems and so on, doing medical programs and that sort of thing.
Wow.
And then because I was so young, it was actually a TV show like this I was on, one morning show. And I think the High Commissioner at that time saw it and called me up and called me to the British...
Who was this High Commissioner, you remember?
Was it KB Asante? Was it? I forgot.
Way back.
Way back. I've forgotten. This was 1990.
Wow.
So it was a long time
ago. 28 years ago.
Yeah. I've forgotten exactly who he was. Yeah. But he called me up and then said, so you're Ghanaian?
Yeah.
I said, well, kind of. At that time. And then my dad was like, yeah, go. And my mum was like, no, don't go, because she didn't want me to come
back to
have
Ghana.
Anything to do with Ghana.
Your mom?
My mum.
Who's a Ghanaian?
Yeah. It was my
wow.
dad.
She had any bitter experiences?
I think at the time she left, things were not so good.
Right.
She left, I think, in the 60s.
Right.
And I think that was around
the military coup,
the coup times and all of that. Yeah. So she had very bad memories of Ghana.
Country.
Even though they had been coming back and forward, but still she didn't want her children to basically, after she's managed to get there and then set us all up and, give us a good education.
So you rebelled then in tracing your back home.
Yeah, she didn't like it at all.
Now the ambassador and then President Rawlings.
So basically after meeting him, he then sent the information. At that time there was this West Africa magazine, if you remember. It was a very big magazine.
Yeah.
And
they some red outline. West Africa.
That's it. They happened to be at the High Commission, one of the reporters.
Okay.
So he interviewed me there, and then the article was put out almost immediately. And at that time, Chairman Rawlings, this was still under the PNDC days, he saw it and was impressed and invited me to Ghana. Again, my dad was like, yeah, let's do it, because he loved Ghana. And he always had the dream to settle in Ghana. So we came, and then...
you came with your dad at the time?
Yeah, I came with my dad.
Wow.
So we met, at that time we met Chairman Rawlings, and then they had lined up a series of lectures. And it was amazing. I was 17 years at that time.
At the time?
Yeah, and I was lecturing university professors,
on
doctors
what exactly?
On IT.
IT and all of that.
On IT, because IT at that time was fairly. It was like almost a magical thing.
Coming up.
At that time nobody really understood it. That was before Microsoft was huge and all of that. Yeah. So it was like the late 80s, early 90s. That's when things started to boom. There was no internet.
At the time,
I
remember.
There was nothing like that. And it was just the personal
But you
computer.
were already into that area?
Yeah. So I was already developing and selling software systems
at the time
to doctors and companies. So
what would you count as some of the impact that you made at the time with regards to IT development with your invitation and all of that. Before you settled in, you thought you made some real impact at the time.
Oh yeah. The first thing I did was set up a school, because I felt that you know, the level of IT literacy was very low. So I wanted to do my bit to you know, explain that this thing called computer, there's nothing really special about it. It's just like driving a car or riding a bicycle.
Have you seen a video of a school child who was afraid of touching the mouse?
Yeah.
The mouse.
Yeah,
You've seen that?
Yeah. It's unfortunate that it's quite recent, you know. It's unfortunate, but you know, at the same time, things have really progressed a lot over the last 20 years. Then
all of a sudden, some of us who were no book long at the time didn't recognize your IT teachings, but we recognized when DKB Records was set up to produce good Ghanaian music. And I can count several of them: Mensa, KK Fusu, Obrafo, lots of them.
Yeah.
They became popular national figures through your creativity with DKB Records.
Sure.
How did that start from the IT thing?
The thing is, whilst I was doing IT, my real passion was music.
Wow, okay.
It was always music.
I understand
I loved singing, I loved writing songs, anything to do with music, you know. And at that time, because of the technology, it was marrying with the IT, because you were using computers to actually create the music and record, you know. It was starting at that time. So it meant that studios were now becoming more accessible to the masses. You know, so you didn't have to have thousands of dollars to record an album. Now you could, you know, you could do it relatively.
How did they accept it? Because it wasn't popular here at the time as well. The digital recording system.
Yeah.
How did these musicians get to understand and accept that form of?
It took a while. It took a while. And I think you had to lead by example. So I think the first people we worked with at that time, I had made my own music.
Okay.
And I was working with Abraham Ohinijan.
Yeah.
At that time.
I think you were all located in the same facility at the time.
Yes, at a later date. That's right. Yeah. So he shot my first video. Around the same time.
Which song was that?
That was called Good Tonight.
Right.
And he shot it around the same time as he shot Reggie's video, and we were the first videos shot on film.
At the time?
At the time, yeah. So and that song actually became very popular. It was played all over Africa. It was played for years on Channel O and so on. So from that, we then brought the studio, which was in London, brought it to Ghana, and then started recording.
You had a studio in London?
We had a studio in
before
London.
You brought it down.
Okay. So we were lucky to work with some of the reggae artists and raga artists in London.
At the time?
Aswad.
Oh, you worked with Aswad?
Yeah, so they were always in and out of the studio. I didn't work personally with them, but they were, the group members were with us. And then there was this raga artist called Glamour Kid, who had a big hit around that time in London. And,
so the whole studio surfaced in Ghana as well?
Yeah, so we brought everything down, and then we started working with Abraham, who was also producing Obrafo, Tic Tac, Yogi Doggy. Then VIP came on board, Abriwanana,
all of these
KK
guys.
Fosu, and then it just started growing. You know.
Then all of a sudden, DKB was out.
Yeah, that's it.
What happened?
In terms of
why DKB went off?
Why it went off?
DKB Records, I mean.
Yeah. We were strong for a couple of years, right? Then I got in the family way. I had my first.
You started having children.
I had my first son.
You started touching meat pie.
Meat pie, yeah. Meat pie is a killer.
A lot of meat pies.
So much cholesterol. It's dangerous. I tell you.
Papa, you're fancy, you're fancy, criminal, fancy footy. Or you're gentle about the crowd. Concert kakrebi.
That's small.
Concert kitwe. Or she inside the whole baby.
Careful with your words. Inside where?
Are you still in touch with these artists that you produced in the past?
Oh yeah.
Is there the opportunity to re-record some of them again?
We're actually doing that. We've recorded a brilliant new single with Abriwanana.
Wow.
Yeah, so she'll be releasing that soon. I mean, and the great thing is it's totally different to what's on the market. You see the thing, and we've played it to like a cross section of the public. From my kids, they know how to sing the song. Teenagers, people in their 20s, 30s,
Good
you
old
listen to it a few
Abriwana.
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has a unique talent. Unique talent. You know? Yeah.
From way back. I thought that she had gone out of music, but I think this is some piece of news I'm enjoying so much.
Yeah. You'll love the track. I'll play it to you later.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I'll also see the video as well. So what's the future and everything like for DKB Records and Soft Tribe? What's it like? Because there are a lot of people, including me, who look up to you, because I'll easily call you a genius. And the day that I heard the former president also talk about you, cemented the fact that, hey, you can't take DKB for granted. He's a man who knows what he's about and what he's done in development with regards to the showbiz and IT systems in the country. Yeah. What's up there now for you to?
Well, in terms of,
like, you have achieved everything. So what's next?
Well, there's a lot to achieve. There's a lot to achieve.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, we want to give back. You know, because there's no point holding on to everything that you have, your knowledge and skills. You know, as we're saying, you could go at any time.
It's true.
So basically, we're always looking for, both in the IT and the music, looking for young talent. You know, so young programmers who are sharp. We're always looking to recruit programmers into Soft Tribe. We're always looking for good artists who have that talent, who are also ready to learn the music. It's not about just getting up and spitting some verses and things. You have to understand there's a basis, and you want a song that you make to last 20 years. If you play the stuff we did back in the early 2000s, VIP's tracks and so on, you know, Who Born You by Mistake, all that stuff, it still sounds relevant. It still sounds good. The quality, you know,
the music
everything,
and all
because there was a lot of expertise that went into it, and that we need to
revive
that. Yeah. There's some very talented people in the industry. Don't get me wrong. It's not like there's nothing happening. It's just that there needs to be a standard,
and you need people like you to pull them up to the standard.
That's what we want to do.
So your music is out now?
Yeah.
The new single?
Yes.
Is an album following up soon?
Yes.
Or another single might come up first?
Well, there'll be a few more singles. We're working on an album.
All right. So people, we are checking out the video, and then when we come back, I'm sure DKB will leave his seat.
Yeah, yes, you know. Well, it's a DKB thing, a big tune we are sing for the garden. Shout to Rocco on a rebel. We just sing for the garden.
Beginning anymore. Yes, it's in your eyes. I'll pick up the pieces in my own sweet time. Cause you fell out of love, and I ran out of reasons to hold
yes, you know, girl, let me tell you this.
That was a wonderful piece, DKB. Who produced this time?
We did it ourselves. You know,
lots
the
of
DKB
drone
team.
shots.
There are a few drone shots in there, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, that's another side of things.
You're doing, is it with the Soft Tribe thing?
Part of Soft Tribe,
thing.
we're also doing, we're developing drones for surveillance. So what we're trying to do is...
You build the drones here?
We do everything here, yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Mr. David Kwamena Bolton, a.k.a. DKB Records. It was wonderful having you.
It was great being here.
We hope to see more of you, and then we wish you the best in all your endeavors, including the schools, educating the Ghanaian youth to understand IT and music properly.
Sure.
We wish you the best. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, boss.